after some Sunday League stories tonight, or non-league stories. Obviously, I played for Billericay, played against Marc actually a couple of times, didn't I? And the news were coming up from through the ranks of the leagues, mate. And look, we're going to get into obviously a lot to do with Dorking because it's been an incredible rise actually for your football club. Just tell me where did it start? Because I remember speaking to you years ago, and I remember playing against you, and you was like, "This Dorking side is going to be something special," and you basically come from nowhere, right? From a park pitch.
Yeah, that was it, mate. We were just a bunch of friends who stopped going to Prem football. Said, let's just start a Sunday side, essentially. Paid a £5 each. Rented a pitch. 1999, so 23 years. Paid 50 quid, rented a pitch, put the nets up, blagged the local pub to give us a kit, the Royal Oak. And, yeah, that was it. That's where it started. We had nothing. And we had like literally, a bunch of mates playing, picking them up from the pub Saturday morning. Back in the day, people went out on a Friday and Saturday then.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, and so it just really started like that and just without any plan, just took off a bit. 12 promotions later. And
12 promotions. So when did it get...
Yeah,
when did it... When, I mean, look, obviously you started on a Sunday league 20 years ago, but when did you go, right, let's take this somewhere. Let's go and... Can we make this club something? When did you go, right, let's go for it? Because you had like 7 promotions in 7 seasons or something, right?
Yeah, we broke a lot of records. But to be fair, we just got an appetite for winning. And the plan almost was don't have a plan. So every time we won a league, we'd have to then work out how we're going to get a stadium to fulfil the FA requirements for the next season. So even now, we got promoted only 18 months ago, and we're still trying to work out how to get the stadium to the next standard. So it's a constant trying to finance it off the field, constantly trying to improve it on it because we just don't like coming second. And it's been that way the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I've been around the dressing room with you a few times, and I have to say, mate, I mean, you are a different class, but you're old school in the way that you speak to the boys. I know the boys respect you and they love you because I see the way they play for you, but I mean, I've seen some of the clips and I've been in the dressing room and you've absolutely gone to town on some of them.
Well, the thing is, you see, from my point of view, I've dug trenches for 300 metres to put water in them so we can play football. I've had the kids washing the kit and like literally ironing socks. I've literally swept the pitch of water, you name it, I've done it. So with me, obviously, the old football excuses from players don't go too far because I'm the hardest worker there. So I have to operate that sort of fair mentality. And I have to tell people what I think, and they know I'm always fair, to be honest. Do you know what I mean?
What about the local community? Because you mentioned the Royal Oak, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned about the kit. How important is, I mean, walk-up trade, people coming to watch Dorking now. What do you do for the community as well?
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, all these football clubs, really, they're the hub of the community. That's where people go. That's their church, their religion, a lot of single guys in particular. Do you know what I mean? So... yeah, we had no supporters, and now we get in excess of 2,000-3,000, and now we play on the TV and in the division we're in and stuff like that. And the whole of our community's engaged, business community, socially it's taken off, the whole shebang, which is really, really good, despite the sort of above the line image. Because the thing is, what's important to us is making sure we keep it real. What we're doing is flying the flag for real football, flying the flag for all the working men that have played in Sunday football, park football, and we're running it in a way that they recognise. That's what we do.
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously this season, Dorking, I remember speaking to you a couple of seasons ago. We're going to get promoted. I'm going to get this club into League 2. We're going to go to League 2. We're going to go to League 1. We ain't stopping every season. And obviously you went up to the National League last season, didn't you? And you've done all right, you done all right. You stayed in the league. This season, you've gone again. How hard is the National League now? Because there's big teams in that league. Yeah,
we're one of only 2 part-time teams or 3 part-time teams, and then there's obviously.
So you're still part-time, really?
Yeah, well, a couple of mornings, yeah. But next season we'll go to more mornings, and because we have to find a way to compete. Mid-table last year, mid-table now, always looking to move forward and finding a way. And, that's always the plan. I'm not so sure, we're interested in competing as much as winning, That's the bottom line.
What?
We want to win more than compete,
I mean, some big clubs, though. I look at the league table and obviously you're mid-table at the moment. You've got Chesterfield. I played for Chesterfield in League One. You got big sides. Aldershot Town are a decent team. It's a tough division to get out of. And is it still one? Only one goes up and one through the playoffs. Yeah, one up, one playoffs. Do you know what I mean? Look, it's some big clubs. Oldham Athletic, the only Premier League team ever to be in the National League. Yeah. We played our first TV game last year against them, and golf between the clubs' legacy. Yeah.
Have you put a few noses out of joint on the way? Yeah. I can only imagine that you've disrupted. I can only imagine you've disrupted a few of the teams that have been there for quite a while. Who's this? Who's this Dorking bunch?
Yeah.
Who are these messers?
Yeah, we have to mark our territory. We're only a small club, so quite often the strategy in the first season in a league, it's consolidation, but it's also upset a lot of opposing clubs, upset all the officials in that league pretty quickly. Let everybody know that we're here. Let everyone know we're not to be messed around with. Let them know we're prepared to let them have it. And just gain people's respect, really. And then everyone tends to go, little old Dorking, they're doing well, surviving, blah, blah, blah. And then 3 years later, they're going, blimey, that Dorking are out this league. They've gone through this league now. Yeah, we've done it a lot of times over. But this league is going to be a difficult one, but we've got to fathom our way.
Yeah. I mean, look, you talk about you're up for, you're winning and you play that, you want to win games and all that. I mean, I've played in some of the games with you, and you played some proper soccer. I mean, and you are on the boys about playing out, moving the ball. You play free at the back. I don't know if you still do that, but you still play free at the back.
Yeah,
and it's pure soccer. And I actually loved it coming to play for you because I just stood in the holding midfield role, got the wand out, and you
stood.
Yeah, literally stood. And I didn't move. And I remember playing a few games. I'm spraying it about, but I'm not moving an inch. And Marc goes to me, he said, "Any danger of you moving, or what?" And I was like, "Don't need to, Marc. Just let the ball run." But you play proper soccer. Yeah,
and obviously we're a product, and we want people to watch us. So no one wants to go and watch teams that bang it back to front. So you've got to try and find a way of doing it in an entertaining way. I mean, we had no supporters. Literally, even 10 years ago, we had our attendance was 21 or something. So we have to think about everything we can to get people in the door and to come back.
What's your budget then for compared to, you mentioned Oldham, right? A club who've been not long ago in the top division in this country. What is your budget compared to theirs?
Probably about half of it, maybe 40% of it, 35%. Listen, there's probably teams in the National League, truth be known, that have got smaller budgets than us. We're trying to put money against what we're doing.
He pays a few quid, Cundy.
Does
don't
he?
You worry
He
about
does,
it.
does he? Right?
He pays a few quid, old Marc.
We're not paupers, but we're obviously very small. But we have to work really hard to raise all that money to try and compete. But anyone out there that will play for nothing, that's half decent and doesn't mind being annihilated every now and then, give us a shout. Yeah, give us a shout now. If your confidence is high.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.